So in 2023, I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. And when I was in the hospital, one of the doctors told me that my treatment would include a thalidomide drug. And I was really taken aback by that because I knew this is a very dangerous drug. And in the late 50s and early 60s in Europe and Australia and Canada and some other countries, this drug was commonly given to pregnant women for morning sickness and to help them sleep. Unfortunately, the drug caused horrific birth defects in upwards of 10,000 plus babies were affected this way, and many died shortly after birth. And it turns out that this drug with a horrific past is a pretty good cancer fighter.
You mentioned in your story that when the pill first came out, that it was $7.50, but now it costs upwards of $1,000 a pill. How did that happen, and why did it happen?
So the company behind that owned the rights to thalidomide decided to develop analogs of the drug. These are slightly tweaked versions, and the analogs were shown to be more potent. So Revlimid is one of those analogs. So they developed that drug and put it on the market at a steep premium to what thalidomide was costing. And then from there, they worked really hard to keep competition away. And the way they did it was the very thing that made Revlimid dangerous, which was this potential risk of birth defects, meant that they controlled the distribution of it. And they refused to sell it to generic companies who needed the drug to test it against their drugs to get FDA approval. So they were very successful in keeping the drugs out of the market, but that allowed them to charge whatever they wanted. And they continually raised the price over the history of the drug. To learn more about my journey with Revlimid and how the drug became one of the best-selling drugs of all time, go to ProPublica.org or click on the link in bio.